Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. The question today is overtime always usable? Listen to what I'm telling you. The number one issue in the mortgage industry, the number one, is employment and income, okay? If you're a real estate agent, you better make sure your loan officer knows how to calculate income, and you'd be amazed at how many loan officers don't have the slightest clue how to handle overtime, bonus, commission, variable, self-employed, 1,000 different scenarios. But everyone's got some goofy scenario, okay? If you're a loan officer, you should be watching this. You better be watching this because this will make you a better loan officer. Follow what I'm telling you, okay? The question for this video is overtime always usable to help you qualify for a loan? The answer is no, okay? Overtime is not always usable. Now, let me give you some examples of that. You've been on the job for 4 months. You were in college, okay? And you were studying, hell, I don't know, engineering, let's just say, okay? And you get out of school and you get a job as an engineer and you're getting paid $30 an hour, okay? It's like $62,000 a year, 61, 62, $30 an hour, 40 hours a week, whatever, okay? And you've been on the job for 3 months, but you were in college, you didn't work before, whatever. And you're working a ton of overtime. This company just became some gigantic company that got this gigantic engineering contract, and they're like, hey, you gotta work 7 days a week, you've gotta work 60 hours a week, your normal work schedule is 40 hours, so you're gonna work 20 hours of overtime, and they're gonna pay you double time just because they love you so much. And the whole world knows that money just grows on trees, and they should just be handing it all out to people, right? So you're getting paid double time for an extra 20 hours a week. So you're like, Khash, I've worked here for 4 months, and I'm working 60 hours a week, and I'm working 20 hours of overtime, and my normal pay is $30 an hour, but it's double time, so it's $60 an hour for 20 hours a week. And it's been like that since the day I walked in, and it's been for like 4 months, and I am rolling in the money. You know what I'm gonna say to you? I'm gonna say, great. You work 40 hours a week at least, right? And you're gonna say yes. I'm gonna say, great. You're full-time. Does your employer consider that full-time? Yes, it's full-time. Great. Sounds wonderful. I can only use 40 hours at $30 an hour to qualify you. I cannot use your overtime. Periods of time, and listen to what I'm telling you, periods of time less than 1 year, you cannot use that income for overtime. Now, I will tell you this, and I hate saying this, okay? With a 99.9% certainty, you cannot use it for periods of time less than a year. I'm gonna break it down into 3 categories. Less than a year, 1 to 2 years, 2+, okay? Think about this. Less than a year, 1 to 2, 2+, okay? If you've been on your job for more than 2 years, your overtime is consistent, stable, increasing at the very least, or staying the same at the very least, it can be used all day long. Check off that box. Let's talk about periods of time in my example right now, less than 1 year. 99.9% of the time, 99.9, you cannot use it at all, black and white, done, get lost, get out. Now, if you're a loan officer watching saying, Khash, nuh-uh, like I need to use it. Don't tell me if you need to use it. Let me know if it can be used, first of all. There are some super, super exceptional cases where if you've been on the job for less than a year and you're working overtime, possibly it could be used. It's 1 in 1,000, okay? Always remember this statement. I tell it to people all the time. Take the most conservative approach to calculating debt to income ratio and income, because when you don't, and you go to do things that are very aggressive, such as trying to use overtime that's been less than 1 year, you will run into problems because 99.9% of the time you can't use it. From 1 to 2 years, you can use the overtime. I'll tell you this one, we don't like to, but you could. There's other calculations you have to do, but I'm not teaching you how to do it. I'm simply bringing your attention to the fact that overtime is not always usable. That was the title of this video, and that's how I finish it. So, overtime is not always usable. You cannot use it every time and all the time. And even when it is used, there's calculations for using it. We take a very conservative approach to using it, but make sure you keep following all my other videos, because who knows, maybe you'll become a loan officer after watching all of them. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Talk to you guys later. And if you do need a loan, I lend in 45 states. See you around.